Assalamu alaikum. I'm going to talk about Salman Rushdie, the person who wrote a blasphemous book on our Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And after the publication of this blasphemous book, the supreme leader of Iran, Imam Khamenei, on 14 February 1989, called for him to be killed for writing this blasphemous book and issued a fatwa. In his fatwa, Imam Khamenei said that Muslims of the world rapidly to execute the Salman Rushdie and the publisher of the book so that no one will any longer dare to offend the sacred values of Islam. He also added in his fatwa $2.8 million bounty was put on the Salman Rushdie head. And after the fatwa of Imam Khamenei in 1989, for almost more than 30 years, after 30 years, a Lebanese boy named Hadi was born in California but recently moved to New Jersey. He attacked on Salman Rushdie when Salman Rushdie was going to uh, give a lecture. The author Salman Rushdie has been attacked by Hadi as he was about to give a lecture in Western New York, and Hadi confront Rushdie on stage. The Andrew is the agent of Salman Rushdie, said that Rushdie was on ventilator Friday with a damaged liver and an eye was likely to his eye was likely to lose. The name of the attacker was later identified as Hadi 25 years old. He was arrested at the same place of occurrence. But no, in the world, many people are criticizing the attacker, and many people are praising, especially Muslims are praising Hadi the attacker. Not only Muslims, but many other persons who believe on freedom of speech, but they said that freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom of blasphemy. They are also praising Hadi the attacker, the person who attacked on Salman Rushdie. And after this attack, Iranian people are praising attacker Hadi and in India, Indian are criticizing Hadi the attacker. After the attack on Salman Rushdie in New York, Indian Hindus and Indian government they are saying to Indian government to provide security to Nupur Sharma, and they have feared that the same kind of attack can be anytime on Nupur J Sharma. And obviously right now she is in a very high security. She is living in Iran. The famous Irani newspaper, national newspaper, named Jame Jam. In Jame Jam, they publish an article with the headline that Satan eye has been blinded. from page of Iranian state newspaper Jame Jam celebrates the blinding of Salman Rushdie after the attack launched by a Khomeini fatwa. But on the other side, a person, his name is Rishi Sunak, and he is a British Conservative Party leadership candidate, and he is a former finance minister of UK, and he is seeking to become a Britain Prime Minister. He said that attack on author Salman Rushdie should serve as a wake-up call to the West over Iran. On the other side, the Khayan Daily, whose editor-in-chief is appointed by the supreme leader Ayatollah Khamenei, declared 1,000 salutes to the brave man who attacked evil Salman Rushdie. It also added, one must kiss the hand of the man who wounded the enemy of God. Here is a question. Question is that when any person attacked by words on Islam and the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and the other community of the world, those who are non-Muslims, they start criticizing that on the name of freedom of speech. Why? Freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom of blasphemy. The Muslim does not endure hate speech. It's crime. Do you think that any Muslim or any person or any German or any person can talk about Holocaust? No, not at all. They said that this is a crime, and they put any person who talk about Holocaust, they put into jail. Why? It's a question mark. I'm going to share here two news. On 20 February 2006, in Guardian newspaper, very famous and international newspaper, it's a world news, they published that David Irving jailed for Holocaust because David Irving denied Holocaust, and he put to jail for 3 years. David Irving is a British historian. Why they sent him to jail for 3 years? Because only he is denying Holocaust? And when a person attacked on Salman Rushdie, why you people are giving him a shelter? Why are you not giving him punish? That you are not talking or writing on the name of freedom of speech. You are writing and talking against the Muslims, against the religion of Islam, and you are doing blasphemy. This is not a freedom of speech. This is the freedom of speech. We cannot translate it or interpret as that freedom of speech means freedom of blasphemy. This is wrong. And in this year, on 1st April 2022, in ABC News, they published the news that 93-year-old German jailed again for denying Holocaust. You people, you don't allow any person to deny Holocaust. You have your limits. You can make your limits. And why not Muslims? when Muslims talk about blasphemy, that no one should be allowed to talk about the blasphemous words, no one should be allowed. And at the same time, you people said that this is a freedom of speech. No, not at all. I am here in the right now, and at the same times, there are many persons, international persons, for example, Bill Clinton, Emmanuel Macron, French President, Adam Schiff, Stephen King, writer, Javed Akhtar of Indian, and many Pakistanis as well. They are showing solidarity with Salman Rushdie. My question is here that why these people are not talking about the Kashmir issues, Palestinian issues, Iraqi issues, Afghani people. Millions of Muslims, Kashmiris, but no sympathy. Millions of Muslims, Palestinians, Iraqis, Afghanis, Rohingya, no sympathy for them. Why? But one Muslim hater, Salman Rushdie, sympathies around the world. This is the question mark, and this is not my question. This is the question. This is the question of entire Muslims of the world, that you have to make law. This is Islamophobia. Some people have Islamophobia. They are every time they are ready to talk against Islam. So my request to the entire world, UNO and other institutions of the world who are working for human rights, freedom of speech, that you have to make laws, you have to make limits, that one should not enter into that limits. If you wanted to live in a peace is the requirement of international community, international world. When we on one side we are talking that we should live in a peaceful life, we should live in an atmosphere of peace. On the other hand, we are supporting the hater of Islam, like Salman Rushdie type people. So by this way, we cannot live in a peaceful life. Thank you very much.